misunderstanding of what faith is and what it actually means. So let's talk about it. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Reverend Sharon Renae, and welcome to this week's Sunday Inspiration, sponsored by Spiritually Centered. And let's get started with a big excitement of energy here. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Yes! Thank you, God, for all that I have and all that I have yet to receive. I am happy, I am healthy, I am wealthy, and I am loved. Can you feel that energy? It feels good. Affirm, affirm, affirm who you are. Today, I want to talk about the topic of faith, but I'm going to talk to you about it a little differently than in ways that I might have in the past, because faith is very, very important in our ability to create and to manifest and to know that Spirit is our source, and we have to have faith in that. And so I've had conversations recently about people applying their faith but being disappointed, and so what does that mean? And, so sometimes I don't know all the answers in the moment, and not that I know the answer right now. But one of the things that as I have pondered on this is that the faith that when I talk about having faith, I am talking about that God, the universe, is our source and will take care of us, and that we need to allow that to happen. However, we often misplace our faith where we think it's in the divine, but we're putting it into other people or other situations. We're putting our faith on them. And as humans, they can often disappoint, or we can feel like we are betrayed. And so even though we're having faith, we're misplacing it. We've taken it out of the divine's realm, and we're putting it into a person or a situation or a group of people. And that can disappoint us because we've put the expectations of what we're thinking handled would be and what our faith is on them. And so we're mad at them when they don't step up. And sometimes, again, how it happens can be very, very hurtful, and we feel like we made a really big mistake. The mistake that we made, and I'm going to use the word error, it just sounds a little bit better, but the error we made was we unconsciously chose to move our faith and trust from the divine in regarding a situation to move it forward into the other people or persons, situations, with our expectation of how they should reciprocate back to us, or how they should move forward based on our idea of what we are believing in. So that's a big difference in faith. Can you see that? Is like, and I'm not telling you to not have faith in fellow man, right? Or fellow humans. I should say that. I don't want to, let's get correct on this. But on humanity, right? We shouldn't lose faith in humanity. But what do we do, and where do we know where to find that connection? Is through the love and the divinity of God, and having the faith in humanity when we are touching the divine and the Christ within them, that we are tapping into that and we are loving them for who they are, regardless of what they are doing, if we are agreeing with it or not. And so that's how we put our faith in humanity, is by touching the divinity within each one of them, because that divinity is within us. But we can't put our expectations on how other people or things should unfold. And did we lose that faith of giving it to God? And did we somewhere take over in that process? I mean, I'm, for one, am always learning about my misstep along the way. But I'm going to tell you, over the last year, one of the things that I am learning to do is, with each misstep that I realize, is to bless it a success, because I'm going, okay, that's why that's not working out. I wasn't having all of my faith. I was trying to take it over, or I wasn't enjoying myself and I was just trying to get it done. So each time that we find that we're disappointed with something, we can also reflect on ourselves to see, was my faith misplaced? Was my joy misplaced? Was my love misplaced? But faith is that wonderful bridge that brings things to fruition. But our faith should be in our divine source, not necessarily in the power of others. It should be totally placed in divine source of knowing that Spirit is our source and Spirit can bring to us our desires fulfilled, and to again see that harvest, to see that manifested, and have faith that it is already done. And so if you want peace on earth, then you have faith that it's done, that you see it done. And as you go along doing your day-to-day work, you find that center of having the peace within you and the peace to respond to other things, and you will surely find peace on earth in your world through the application of faith. So here's to our understanding of faith and faith in the divine, and give it over, give it freely, trust it, and let it expand, and let it prove to you that it is there to provide and only wants the best for you, but can only give you based on how you implement that faith. So here's to your faith. Here's to a wonderful day and a wonderful week of applied faith and a better understanding. And until next time, namaste.